We have our eye on education and an issue that has affected several local schools. South Park High School in Buffalo locked down just a week ago. Police and school leaders say they received a call that a gun was at the school. This was far from an isolated incident. A similar call came to Lockport High School and several others in western New York all last Thursday. And just yesterday, state leaders say dozens of bomb threats were made to schools across the state. All these calls eventually found to be hoaxes. This is called swatting. Fake calls meant to get a response from SWAT teams. Kristen Moran in Lockport reporting on how the federal government could soon get involved here.
There's been a wave of swatted calls across the state and here in western New York. Lockport High School received a threat causing nearly 1,300 students to go into lockdown. Now, Senator Chuck Schumer says the feds need to step up and take action on this alarming trend.
I was alone in my classroom, pacing, just communicating with my own two kids who were in the building.
Just last week, Lockport science teacher Eric Bernardi was inside the high school when the district says it received a threat of an active shooter.
When our principal, Mrs. Wilkie, came on the announcements, you could sense in her voice that this was not a drill anymore. It was a very real experience.
It was an hour-long nightmare for students and staff until police learned this threat was part of a slew of swatting calls reported across the state, forcing schools into lockdown, including several in western New York.
It's terrifying.
Senator Schumer, speaking at Lockport High School Wednesday, announced a 3-point plan he says will combat these threats.
It's awful.
He's calling on the FBI for a full investigation and to hold those involved accountable, pushing for $10 million to go toward more federal resources to help tackle swatting and asking that the FBI track swatting as its own crime.
We need more resources. It means we need more agents to track down these evil criminals who hide in the darkest corners of the internet.
School Board President Leslie Tobin says no one should ever have to go through this.
No teacher should have to come into any building and wonder if this is the day they have to stand in front of a gunman to protect their students.
With the community hoping this never happens again, Lockport Mayor Michelle Roman says many are still traumatized.
Our community is resilient. We come back from these things, but it has a lasting impact.
Kristen Moran, 7 News, Lockport.